All right, man. Today we're going to be talking about friends, and honestly, man, it's like if if friends, if you're not like giving them something, then I feel like they don't want to like talk to you or be around you. If you're not like giving them something or helping them or like making them laugh, like gesture maxing for them, then they don't want to like spend time with you. They don't want to like they don't care about you. They don't care about your day. They don't care about how you're doing. Unless, you're like providing something for them. And like when you're literally at your lowest, that is when they will all, push you away. And that's the funny thing, man. It's like, do do they really have your back when it matters the most? And you know what? I don't think they necessarily do, man. I don't know. And it's like the other thing you have to keep in mind is like with friends, literally like if you tell someone something, if you tell one person something, you have to understand that you essentially told the whole world that thing. You really can't trust people to, confide in them, because at the end of the day, like, I mean, they just don't care. They just don't value you and respect you as a human, who wants like some level of privacy, but still needs someone to confide into. They don't care about you. They don't respect your humanity. I mean that's really what it seems like. And let's say like even if they did though, like they're still going to slip up, Eventually someone's going to slip up and say something that's like really personal without even realizing it, for example. And that's a real thing too. Um and yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just feel like betrayed, cuz I feel like I've been at my lowest lately, and the people that I thought I could consider friends, I just feel like they really haven't been there for me, been there with me. And yeah, it's like, when I'm at my lowest, they don't want anything to do with me. If I'm not providing Juster Max services, on an ongoing, timely basis, they don't want to hear from me. They don't want to listen to what I'm doing. It's a burden to have to hear about, what I'm going through in my day and my life for them. It's a burden. Um, so, I mean, at that point, like, what's the point? Why are we friends? Like, I think our main reason to, like, be friends with someone is so you have someone to, like, share your life experiences with to some extent, right? Like, share your life and stories and what you did in the day. Like, isn't that kind of what friends are for? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they really are just for, like, Jester maxing together or something like that, or whatever. I mean, I guess it all just kind of comes down to a transaction at the end of the day. Like, when you think about it, even like for like people you would consider friends, like if they're not giving you something, then you don't necessarily want to deal with them either, maybe even, right? I feel like for people that are not that close, like, I think that's true. But I would say, like, for people that like I'm close to, like, really, I just like, spending the time, really, like, just like being with someone, just chatting about like life and like what we're doing in life. That's kind of just what I like. And I don't know, it feels like, that's like a burden. It's like, oh, like we don't care about your stories, and they don't really want to talk about theirs, and they don't want to spend time. Like, there has to be some random other thing going on, like, oh, it has to be drinking at a bar or some other type of thing. You can't just like chill and chat, and I don't know if that's like a thing with me or slash my friends, or if that's a thing with all guys, or if that's a thing in the modern day and it used to not be like that, or if maybe I'm delusional. I really don't know, but that's what I feel right now. I feel like you can't really just sit there, chill, and chat with people and have a level of trust on top of that that you can like kind of confide with them about your life and what's going on, you know? And like that being said, like you have to understand, like one of the most important things to having a fulfilling life is having friends and a social circle. And that seems nearly impossible. I just feel so jaded. I feel like a broken human. I feel like I've just been lied to and like stepped on so many times that I don't necessarily have the ability to trust friends anymore. And um, that just kind of ruins everything. You know, that ruins like my personal happiness and, you know, my chances of like having friends and having a decent social circle. And obviously that ruins my chances of getting a girlfriend because I stop myself from having a social circle because I can't trust people. And it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point, you know? You can't trust people because you've been jaded, and because of that, um, you don't have anyone in your life, and that's just how things go. And I don't know, there's really no way around it, you know? I mean, I feel like unless like you grew up with these people since day one, like it's kind of pointless. If you grew up with them in school, in grade school, yeah, I mean, they could be good friends for life, maybe. I'm not even sure anymore at this point. Maybe not for me, but maybe for y'all. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you're not like providing a service to your friends to some extent, then it's like I said, like who are you? Like they don't even know who you are. Like, cause stop, like leave me alone. Like we're left on red. Like literally, like they don't want to be around you. Like, oh, you want to tell me about your day? Like, nope, click, goodbye. You know what I mean? Like, basically, it's just like exponentially feeling alone. You know, no friends, no social circle, severe lack of trust, and no girls, and no love, and no joy. And I don't think it's just me. I think it's a real problem. I think that like a lot of men, and a lot of young men especially, and probably even a lot of women, feel very atomized, feel very secluded, alone, loner lifestyle. And I don't know if there really is a cure necessarily. I don't think there is like a solution to this problem per se. I think it's just like where we are in the world nowadays. You could say in our society, but I think I think it's even more, I think it's on the global scale. So it's not even just like our society for the country I'm in. I think it's really like almost every single one. Some to a lesser extent though, but and yeah, I don't know if there is a solution even to this or what that would be if there was one. But I just know that it's pretty terrible. And I also feel like trying to make friends is also very difficult because I feel like most people like kind of already have their own social circle, their own friend group, their own in group to some extent. Like they're good. They don't need new friends or anything like that, you know? So it's like again, like I said, like what are you bringing to the table? What are you providing for them? Are you like making them laugh a lot? Are you like really good at something? Are you helping them with something? Like what are you providing for them? Because they already have friends that they can vibe with. Why would they need you? They don't need you. They don't want you. You're a loner and you haven't gone out in months, you know? So they're not even thinking about like making new friends with you, I don't think. They're literally just like, oh, this guy's making me laugh. Ha ha ha. Then when they get home, it's like, oh man, this dude at the thing was funny, and they don't care about you, man. I swear. I don't know, man. But yeah, like I said, it's just difficult to even make friends too if you have hobbies and stuff like that. Because I mean, the amount of time and the amount of rapport, I mean, it just takes so long. You know, going to events every week, and having to like gauge that level of trust is just near impossible, man. And honestly, man, like, is it even worth it at the end of the day? Because like, I feel like 95%, 99% of the guys that like you would meet anyway, like, y'all wouldn't even like be that great of friends anyway. Like, y'all wouldn't even be the best of friends. Y'all wouldn't even be friends really. I feel like most of y'all wouldn't even get along that well anyway. Especially if like you're like on the internet a lot. You know what I mean? Then you have like a weird sense of humor, a very niched out sense of humor. So it's like difficult to even find like what normies find funny, if that makes sense. It's difficult to relate to them too. And even like internet friends, like you can't trust these people as far as you can throw them, man. I swear. Like you know what I mean? Like it's almost like, I mean, this is kind of like schizo tier, but it's almost like they're out to get you. It's almost like they're just kind of keeping you around to laugh, and then I don't know, man, like throwing you against the wall when they don't need you. It's just like, what's the point, man? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know what the point is, because it's like, what's the point of having them around if you can't confide with them, if you can't trust them? Like, what left is there? You literally have no one, no friends, can't trust any of them, no family, and no girl. You have no one, and that's life nowadays. So I mean, like, what's the point of even trying to make new friends when it's like practically impossible anyway to build such a long-term relationship with people and that level of trust and be able to confide in them without them literally just like dropping everything that you said to someone else because they felt like it, like it's inevitable almost. I mean, I think it's also just part of human nature. Like, humans talk about other humans, and it's just like, that's fine and all, but some things you simply want to talk about, to let out, and to have that level of trust that it's like it's safe to be let out here, essentially. And I don't have that. You know, this is all I have really as far as that goes, because my friends, like, I really can't trust them. I really can't at this point. Like, they hear me talk about all these things that I'm talking about here, and they just don't want to hear it anymore anyway. you know so it's almost becoming like a burden on them anyway. So it definitely damaged the friendship. And I mean, at the same time, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Like, y'all are all I have. I mean, my family doesn't really like me, so can't go there. And I definitely don't have a girlfriend, which I think a wife would probably be the main person you can confide with, because like, your sins are her sins, so she's not going to share what, like, the bad things that you have done or experienced with other people, because it would make her look bad. And yeah, I mean, without like that intimate partner, I mean, really a wife, but like even like a girlfriend, or even like I don't even know, a situationship, you know, because it's the modern day now. But like, yeah, even without that, like, I'm just saying, like, I think that's where men do have the ability to confide with, because if a girl shares the bad things her man did, it makes her look bad too, so she won't. Um, I don't know. This is kind of just a thought off the top of my head. I would really have to look into it more, but like, that's kind of why you see like wives don't testify against their husbands in court, for example. So I think that there's merit to what I'm saying, just kind of like off the dome even. But yeah, I mean, we don't even have that either. We don't get that. We don't get girls that want to talk to us. It's not an option either. You know, all we get is four walls, computer, and a window, and your daily intake of Soylent and bug burger and robot sex doll. You know, there's no more human intimacy and connection, it seems, anymore. I mean, in my life for sure. Um, it's been years for sure. And, man, I think that's really just one of the most powerful things, you know, and that's why men that are in relationships are just so happy, you know, because they have someone to talk to about things when things aren't going well and stuff like that. And you know, this is a pretty good replacement, you know, to be honest. And um, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say.